Confidence is the key to unlocking your potential and achieving success in any area of life. Without it, even the best opportunities can slip away. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by being born confident, they built it. Confidence is something that can be developed through intentional actions, a positive mindset, and a willingness to face challenges head-on. Whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth, confidence is the driving force that can propel you to greatness. But the truth is, confidence doesn't come overnight. It is cultivated through practice, perseverance, and a belief in yourself. Today, we will explore 6 key points that will help you increase your confidence level and truly believe in your ability to succeed. The foundation of building lasting confidence lies in the simple yet effective practice of setting small, achievable goals. When you start with manageable tasks, you give yourself the opportunity to experience success in bite-sized portions. This method prevents you from feeling overwhelmed by large, intimidating objectives that might otherwise cause self-doubt. Small goals, when accomplished, create a tangible sense of achievement and, more importantly, they give you proof that you are capable of making progress. Every time you check off a goal, no matter how minor it may seem, it becomes a building block in your foundation of confidence. The importance of breaking down large tasks into smaller, achievable steps cannot be overstated. Let's say you want to get fit, but the thought of running a marathon seems too daunting to even start. Instead of focusing on the end goal right away, break it down. Start with walking around your neighborhood for 10 minutes, then gradually increase the duration and intensity. Celebrate the little wins, like completing the walk without stopping or increasing your pace. As you achieve each small goal, you start to internalize the belief that you can do more, that you can push yourself further. These incremental victories build the mental framework that success is not only possible, but that you're fully capable of creating it. Additionally, setting small goals gives you the chance to measure progress. In contrast to vague resolutions like "I want to be successful" or "I want to lose weight," specific goals with clear parameters allow you to track your improvement over time. Whether you're working toward a professional achievement or a personal transformation, being able to see how far you've come provides the motivation to keep going. The process of seeing measurable progress is an essential confidence booster because it gives you visual evidence of your abilities, reinforcing the idea that you are capable and moving forward. Another advantage of starting small is that it helps to reduce the fear of failure. When goals are broken down into smaller, more manageable tasks, the chances of failure feel less significant. You understand that setbacks are part of the process and are not indicative of your overall worth or potential. This mindset shift helps prevent the discouragement that often accompanies the fear of failure. In fact, small goals can reframe failure as a necessary part of the learning process, because even setbacks provide valuable feedback that can help you improve in the future. The key is not to focus on the occasional misstep, but to keep moving forward, one small win at a time. In the same vein, the habit of setting small, achievable goals promotes consistency. Consistency is what compounds into larger successes. It is through daily or weekly effort, even if that effort is small, that you build momentum and ultimately gain the confidence to tackle more significant challenges. When you regularly achieve small goals, it becomes second nature to keep setting them, which leads to a continual cycle of growth. Over time, this builds your resilience, teaches you to be adaptable, and strengthens your belief that you can take on any challenge. no matter how big it may seem. When you accomplish small goals, you also improve your time management skills and become more organized. Knowing that you have a clear and focused task ahead of you helps you allocate your resources more effectively. Instead of feeling scattered or unsure about what to do next, you approach each day with purpose, which naturally builds your confidence. Being organized gives you the ability to navigate complex situations with ease because you know exactly what steps to take next. This creates a sense of control, which is incredibly empowering and will enhance your self-assurance in all areas of life. Furthermore, as you tick off small goals, you begin to realize that confidence isn't just about having a grand plan or a significant achievement. It's about trusting yourself to make progress, no matter how gradual it may be. Confidence is built in the small moments when you push through doubts, complete a task, and feel good about your effort. With each task you complete, your inner dialogue shifts from "I can't do this" to "I am doing this, and I will continue doing it until I succeed." This shift in mindset is a game changer when it comes to building confidence. When setting your goals, it's important to ensure they are specific, measurable, and realistic. Instead of setting a vague goal like "I want to be more confident," focus on concrete actions, such as "I will practice public speaking for 10 minutes every day," or "I will make one new connection at work every week." By being specific, you give your brain clear direction and a tangible way to gauge success. This in turn gives you the motivation to keep going, as each completion serves as a reminder of your ability to achieve the impossible, one step at a time. Small, achievable goals also cultivate patience. Success doesn't happen overnight, and by starting small, you give yourself the permission to take your time. Instead of rushing toward an unattainable vision, you allow yourself the space to grow and develop gradually. You begin to appreciate the journey rather than fixating on the end result, and in doing so, you develop a deep sense of confidence in your ability to adapt and evolve. You learn that every small achievement, no matter how minor it may seem, is a necessary part of the bigger picture. One of the most transformative mindsets you can adopt to increase your confidence is learning how to embrace failure. In a world where success is often celebrated, failure tends to carry a negative stigma. It is often seen as a setback, something to be avoided at all costs. However, the truth is that failure is one of the most valuable tools for growth. It is an integral part of the journey to success. Embracing failure means shifting your perspective to view it as a learning experience rather than a personal shortcoming. In fact, every great success story is filled with moments of failure, and it's these moments that often define the path to achievement. When you encounter failure, your initial reaction might be one of disappointment or discouragement, but it's essential to understand that failure doesn't define you. It's simply a sign that you've taken a step in the process of growth. Many people shy away from trying again after a failure, but this is where confidence is built. The more you fail, the more you learn about yourself, your strengths, and the areas that need improvement. Instead of seeing failure as a sign to quit, see it as a sign that you're moving forward. Failure signals that you've pushed beyond your comfort zone, and this is where real growth happens. When you fail and then get up to try again, you're building resilience. Resilience is one of the strongest forms of confidence. It's the ability to bounce back after setbacks, to dust yourself off and keep going. The more resilient you become, the more you trust yourself to overcome obstacles. As you experience more failure, you become more adept at handling disappointment and less afraid of it. This is incredibly liberating, as you stop fearing the worst-case scenario and instead begin to view challenges as opportunities to learn. The courage to keep going despite failures is a cornerstone of self-confidence. By reframing failure as an opportunity, you start to develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. When you fail, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," you think, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in thinking allows you to see the potential for improvement and the opportunity to become better. It gives you the permission to make mistakes without fear of judgment and to use those mistakes to improve. The more you practice this mindset, the stronger your confidence will become, because you begin to trust in your ability to overcome any obstacle. Failure also teaches you to take risks, which is essential for confidence building. If you never fail, it means you're probably playing it too safe. True confidence comes from stepping outside of your comfort zone and being willing to try things that challenge you. When you approach something new, whether it's a job opportunity, a new skill, or a personal challenge, you might not succeed at first, but the willingness to fail and to try again is what develops the confidence to face even bigger challenges in the future. The more you push yourself to take risks, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling discomfort, uncertainty, and yes, failure. Furthermore, failure helps to eliminate perfectionism. Often people avoid taking action because they fear they won't do things perfectly. But perfection is an illusion. No one is perfect, and no path to success is ever linear. Embracing failure allows you to let go of the need to be perfect and instead focus on progress. When you accept that you're going to make mistakes along the way, you give yourself the freedom to experiment and innovate. This process of trial and error is where creativity and true growth come from, and it also serves to boost your self-confidence because you start to trust in your ability to adapt and improve. When you fail, it's also important to practice self-compassion. It's easy to beat yourself up or feel inadequate after falling short, but this only serves to diminish your confidence. Instead, practice kindness toward yourself. Understand that everyone makes mistakes, and those mistakes do not diminish your worth. Treat yourself with the same understanding and support that you would offer a close friend who is struggling. By treating yourself with compassion, you avoid the negative self-talk that can undermine your confidence and instead create an environment where growth can thrive. Self-compassion allows you to bounce back from failures with a sense of empowerment rather than letting them erode your self-esteem. Another powerful aspect of embracing failure is that it helps you develop a sense of patience. In a world where instant gratification is often the norm, learning to deal with setbacks can be transformative. Success rarely comes overnight, and the process of overcoming failure teaches you that persistence is the key to long-term achievement. The more patient you become with yourself and the process, the more confidence you'll build in your ability to reach your goals. Success, after all, is not about avoiding failure, it's about learning to persevere through it. Confidence doesn't come from never making mistakes, it comes from knowing that you can learn, grow, and ultimately succeed, no matter how many times you fail along the way. By embracing failure and viewing it as part of your journey, you not only build resilience and confidence, but you also become more adaptable. Life is unpredictable and setbacks are inevitable. But with the right mindset, every failure becomes a stepping stone to greater self-belief. Instead of seeing challenges as threats, you begin to see them as opportunities to prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. This mentality shift fosters a deep sense of self-trust, which is the bedrock of true confidence. One of the most powerful tools for boosting your confidence is learning to control the narrative you tell yourself. The words we speak to ourselves internally have a profound impact on how we perceive our abilities and worth. Self-talk is the constant internal dialogue we have, and it can either empower us or undermine our confidence. When you practice self-affirmation and engage in positive self-talk, you reshape your self-perception, shifting from self-doubt to self-belief. This in turn strengthens your confidence and motivates you to take action. Negative self-talk is often automatic and deeply ingrained, shaped by past experiences, societal pressures, or personal insecurities. It's easy to fall into a pattern of thinking that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, or that you're incapable of achieving your goals. These negative thoughts can hold you back from reaching your full potential. However, the good news is that you can change this pattern by consciously choosing to replace negative thoughts with positive, empowering affirmations. The key here is consistency. When you regularly practice affirmations and positive self-talk, your brain begins to rewire itself and you start to believe the positive messages you tell yourself. Self-affirmations are powerful because they challenge your inner critic and create a positive reinforcement loop. For example, if you're about to give a presentation and feel nervous, repeating affirmations like, "I am capable of delivering an excellent presentation," or "I am confident and well prepared," can help calm your nerves and boost your belief in your abilities. Over time, as you reinforce these affirmations, your brain starts to internalize them and you begin to act with greater confidence. Positive affirmations can be particularly useful when you're facing challenges or venturing into unknown territory. They act as a form of mental preparation, reminding you of your strength, potential, and resilience. In addition to self-affirmations, positive self-talk involves becoming more aware of the language you use when thinking about yourself or your abilities. Often, we can be our own worst critics, using language that is harsh, limiting, or disempowering. Statements like, "I can't do this," "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail" only reinforce feelings of inadequacy. Instead, try to reframe these negative thoughts into more constructive, optimistic statements. For instance, instead of saying, "I'm terrible at public speaking," shift the narrative to, "I'm improving my public speaking skills every day." Rather than focusing on perceived flaws, focus on progress and growth. This simple shift in language encourages a more positive and empowering mindset, which directly enhances your confidence. Another aspect of practicing positive self-talk is learning to recognize and challenge your limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are deeply held convictions that prevent you from reaching your full potential. These beliefs may stem from past failures, societal expectations, or personal insecurities, and they often manifest in thoughts like, "I'm not smart enough," or "I'm not capable of success." Identifying and confronting these beliefs is essential to unlocking your true potential. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, take a moment to question the belief. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have that contradicts this belief? More often than not, you'll realize that your limiting beliefs are unfounded, and by reframing them, you can free yourself from self-imposed limitations. Positive self-talk can also enhance your performance by improving your focus and motivation. When you repeatedly affirm your strengths and abilities, you begin to believe in your capacity to succeed. This belief drives action. For instance, before tackling a challenging task, reminding yourself, "I have the skills and resources to succeed," can help you feel more focused and motivated to tackle it with confidence. Over time, as you continue to engage in positive self-talk, you begin to notice how your self-belief translates into higher performance and greater success, which in turn strengthens your confidence further. The power of affirmations lies not only in what you say, but also in how you feel when you say them. When you recite affirmations with conviction and emotion, they become even more effective. Rather than mechanically repeating words, take a moment to truly connect with the positive message you are reinforcing. Imagine yourself embodying the qualities you're affirming. Feel the emotions associated with confidence, success, and personal strength. This emotional connection helps to anchor the affirmation in your mind, creating a deeper impact and accelerating the change in your self-perception. One of the most effective ways to incorporate self-affirmations into your daily routine is by writing them down. Journaling your affirmations not only solidifies them in your mind, but also gives you a tangible reminder of your intentions. Every morning or evening, write down 3 to 5 positive affirmations that resonate with your goals or areas where you seek to build confidence. For example, you might write, "I am deserving of success," "I trust in my ability to handle any challenge," or "I believe in my unique talents." As you continue to write and repeat these affirmations, you create a habit that strengthens your mindset and reinforces your confidence on a subconscious level. Incorporating gratitude into your affirmations is another powerful way to amplify your positive self-talk. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have, creating a sense of abundance and contentment. By expressing gratitude for the things you are grateful for, whether it's your health, your abilities, your relationships, or your accomplishments, you cultivate a mindset of positivity and self-appreciation. Pairing gratitude with affirmations can deepen the emotional connection to your self-belief and serve as a daily reminder of the strengths and resources you already possess. It's also essential to be patient with yourself as you practice positive self-talk and affirmations. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it may take time for you to truly internalize these new ways of thinking. During this process, it's important to remain compassionate with yourself, recognizing that confidence is built gradually, not instantly. As you continue to practice self-affirmation, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts in your thinking and behavior. The more consistently you practice positive self-talk, the more confident you will become. It's a journey, but with every positive thought, you are building a stronger foundation for lasting self-confidence. Your body language plays a crucial role in shaping how confident you feel and how others perceive you. In many situations, the way you hold yourself, your posture, your facial expressions, and even the way you speak can significantly influence your confidence levels. Often, people don't realize how much of their internal state is reflected in their external demeanor. The connection between body language and confidence is so powerful that simply adjusting your posture or how you present yourself physically can have an immediate effect on how confident you feel. When you begin to develop and maintain a strong body language, you start to send powerful signals to yourself and to others about your self-assurance. The foundation of strong body language lies in your posture. Imagine walking into a room and immediately noticing someone who stands tall, shoulders back and head held high. Their presence is undeniable. This confident posture immediately communicates strength, authority, and self-respect. Now think about how you feel when you slouch, shrink your shoulders, or hunch over. Not only does it make you appear less confident, but it also has a negative impact on your mental state. When you adopt a posture that exudes confidence, you not only look more self-assured but also feel more empowered. The simple act of standing tall and aligning your body creates a sense of physical dominance and control, which translates directly into mental confidence. The way you walk is another aspect of body language that reflects your internal state. When you walk with purpose, taking steady steps and maintaining good posture, you project confidence to the world around you. A confident walk, often referred to as a power walk, suggests that you know where you're going and that you have the ability to get there. This feeling of control and determination fuels your self-belief, making you feel like you're in command of your situation. On the other hand, walking with your head down or dragging your feet can send signals of insecurity or lack of energy, reinforcing a lack of confidence. Pay attention to how you walk and make sure that you walk with intention, purpose and pride. Another key element of body language is eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful way to show that you are present, engaged and confident in any conversation. People who avoid eye contact often come across as uncertain or disengaged. However, maintaining steady and respectful eye contact conveys trustworthiness, attentiveness and self-assurance. It shows that you are comfortable with who you are and that you are confident enough to connect with others. Eye contact can also be used to assert authority. When you make eye contact, you create a sense of connection with the other person, which enhances the relationship and fosters mutual respect. If you're nervous or unsure of yourself, it can be difficult to maintain eye contact, but practicing this will gradually help you overcome those feelings of discomfort and build confidence in your interactions. In addition to posture, walking and eye contact, your facial expressions speak volumes about your emotional state and can affect how others perceive you. A warm, genuine smile is one of the most effective ways to communicate confidence. Smiling makes you appear approachable, friendly and open, and it also has a positive impact on your own mood. Smiling releases endorphins, which are chemicals in the brain that promote feelings of happiness and well-being. The act of smiling even when you don't feel particularly confident can trick your brain into feeling better, boosting your self-assurance. In contrast, a tense or closed-off facial expression can make you seem defensive or unapproachable. By consciously choosing to smile and maintain an open expression, you project an image of self-assurance that is contagious to both yourself and those around you. Your tone of voice also plays a significant role in conveying confidence. When you speak in a steady, clear and calm voice, it reflects your sense of inner peace and self-assurance. Speaking with a shaky or weak voice, on the other hand, can signal uncertainty or lack of confidence. A confident person tends to speak with clarity and purpose, ensuring that their words carry weight. By focusing on your vocal delivery, using a strong, clear voice and avoiding unnecessary filler words like or like, you can command attention and convey that you are certain of what you're saying. A steady voice also helps to manage anxiety and nerves. When you consciously slow down and control your speaking pace, you project confidence and calmness, making it easier for others to listen and trust what you say. An often overlooked aspect of body language is the use of gestures. When used appropriately, hand gestures can help to emphasize your points and give your words more power. Gesturing while speaking adds dynamism to the conversation, making you appear more engaged and confident in what you're saying. For example, using open hand gestures when discussing something important conveys openness and transparency, while clenched fists might convey determination and strength. When your gestures align with your message, it reinforces your self-assurance and makes you appear more credible and persuasive. However, over-gesturing or using erratic hand movements can distract from your message. So it's important to find a balance and ensure that your body language complements what you're saying. Another essential aspect of strong body language is personal space and physical boundaries. How you position yourself in relation to others can send a clear message about your level of confidence. People who are confident tend to respect personal space while also establishing their own boundaries. They don't shrink away or allow others to invade their space, which signals that they are comfortable with who they are and are not afraid to assert themselves. In contrast, people who lack confidence may allow others to dominate their space or retreat into themselves, reinforcing a lack of assertiveness. By consciously managing your personal space and respecting the boundaries of others, you communicate confidence, security, and mutual respect. Developing strong body language is not just about outward appearance, it also reinforces your internal sense of self-worth. When you consciously choose to embody confident body language, you create a feedback loop that strengthens your belief in yourself. The way you carry yourself has a direct impact on your mood and energy levels, which in turn influences your interactions with others. Over time, practicing strong body language becomes second nature, and it positively affects not only your confidence but also how you navigate the world. You'll notice that as you project confidence outwardly, it reflects back to you in the form of greater self-assurance, improved relationships, and an overall sense of empowerment.